is a Lego Jurassic World Jurassic World stream for Jurassic June, celebration of all things dinosaurs, especially in the Jurassic universe. Let's start a new game, shall we? Here we go. Rearrange the gates, and it's a big long. There's probably.
Tasers on full charge.
And oh, Joffrey, what do you like? Alright. Beginning with the Raptor transfer. I should disclose this right away by saying I have completed this game. I have platinumed it on PlayStation 3.
Sorry,
yeah.
There's no way to get up to the raptor pen until the new generator gets unpacked and built.
Well, you know what we'll have to do then. We'll have to unpack the generator. So yeah, I've already done this game completely. But it was PlayStation 3.
Good coffee. It almost makes up for the danger and humidity. What would swing it all the way for you? It's better Danishes.
So what I want, but I wanted to, it was about when it came out, I decided, you know what, this game was cheap enough on the PlayStation Store that I'd download it and thought, might as well. And having gone through it on PlayStation 3, I was all, yeah, I'll be happy to play through this again. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Hi there, it's me, Mr. DNA.
Mr.
And
DNA.
I'm here to help you.
You will indeed. But first, we're going to shoot all the stones. Smash all the stones. You know how it goes. Build.
You have to kickstart it with your stun rod.
What? That means swapping characters. Alright, let's go. There's a real buzz about this mechanic.
By the way, whatever you do, don't try licking the ends of these things.
I wasn't going to. But, thanks for your assistance. Yay! Drive around in a vehicle. Uh-oh, got stuck. Oh, there's no... I was going to say there was no reverse on this, but there was.
How about that temperature, huh? I am so glad we got Hammond to put free ice pops into our employment contracts. He really spared no expense.
I get it. I understand the reference. And also, when I played through this first time, I made a few discoveries in the game.
Tasers on full charge.
Yeah, made a few discoveries playing it the first time.
Come on, who tore up the cage track? I tell you, that raptor ain't budging until it gets fixed.
Yeah, made a few discoveries that I hope I'll be able to show in the streams for this Jurassic June. One of them is now my favourite character ever, the films.
So, do you know what we do if the raptor escapes?
Yeah, Platoon says we get up somewhere high so we can't reach you and only use our weapons as a last resort.
Oh, so there's a proper plan. Huh. I was just gonna push you over to distract it and then run.
Hey! Well, actually, I was gonna do that to you too.
This is one of those things that requires free play. So we'll Joffrey, where are you, boy? Idiot. Okay, 2 out of 3. And where is it? Yeah. First bone box of the game. Now, usually, those kinds of collectibles are mini-kits in other Lego games. But this is one of the exceptions. That's a target that needs shooting. Build the time. Alright. There's another bit of floor missing. This is where I have a bit of next. Oh, he tracks, doesn't he? Yeah, he's a tracker. Follow the distance. Now, see, this is one of the indicators that it's a TT Fusion project more than a regular TT game. And that's because that tracking mechanic is in other TT Fusion games like
Pushing team moving there.
Lego Movie Man, Stadium, and oh, good grief, what's it called? Lego City Undercover, that's it. And at least, unlike Lego City Undercover, when you do the tracking in this, it doesn't come up with an egregiously loud do,
And push!
It's just like a loud audio that separates from the rest of it.
Step away!
Cage ladder's jammed. Somebody punch in the security code again, will ya?
It's a wonder this park is open at all. Right, let's
Good
go.
luck. I can't figure that panel out at all.
Joffrey, raise the gate!
Ah, you said the thing. That's electrifying. So that's right. Because the rats wanted this situation.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Velociraptor?
No, not Velociraptor.
Maybe one of the other dig sites has turned up something.
Yay. Now, any of you,
All I keep finding are old coins.
What? Really? That's amazing!
Huh? How so?
Well, until now, we had no idea that dinosaurs had any kind of culture, let alone a system of currency.
Ugh, remind me, what are your qualifications for being on this dig again?
I own a spade!
That's a prime example of it being a British developer and not an American one. Because Britons call them spades, Americans call them shovels. As far as I remember, anyway. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, any deep cut aficionados for the Jurassic franchise will know that this music right here is taken from the Lost World. This is the music where this is the music played when Hammond.
I can feel it. There's a raptor right under here. Yep, I am bang on target. I just gotta keep digging for a couple of more minutes. Just a little further.
Yeah, any more? Anyway, yes. Yeah, this music is played during the Lost World. Where Hammond...
one day I forget to bring scissors.
Where Hammond at the end is doing his TV broadcast. So, these animals require our absence to survive, not our help. And if we can only stand aside and trust in nature, life will find a way. Anyway.
Oh, come on. It was there? I was so close.
Oh. Anyway, yes, playing as Dr. Grant and Ellie Sattler. Which is really cool. Also, Ellie in her denim outfit as well. Which doesn't get as much attention as the outfit for the rest of the movie.
Velociraptor?
Yeah, it's good shape, too.
I want partial credit for that thing. Basically mine.
It's kind of a bummer because these two looks for Alan and Ellie are really good looks. These dig site ones. Ah! Oh, didn't he jump high enough? Ellie, please. Right, okay. Ellie, why? There we go. There we go. And better. Great, now Grant can join us as well. I think this is one of these bone boxes that you can just about get to if you just time it right.
Glued in there? Come on. Move. Phew. I'll be extinct by the time I get this thing out. Yeah.
Nah. See, I want to listen to all the lines of dialogue as well. But, yeah. Sometimes the audio...
A jackhammer? Oh, now we're talking. I promise I'll be careful.
Okay.
That might need some assembly.
Okay. Well, I know just the person who can do bones. It's Dr. Grant himself. There we go. Alright. Yeah, because sometimes you can really tell the difference between the archive audio and the new audio, clean audio recorded for the game itself. I'm not doing right. Well, this jumping. There we go. Okay. Yay! Box. There we go. Although, having said that, they have done quite a good job of getting getting the audio from the movies as clean as possible. I mean, when it comes to the less beloved entries in the franchise, from this point, i.e. Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, sometimes they just re-record the character entirely. For example, like Billy Brennan in JP3 in this game, I think is Josh Keaton. They didn't even bother.
Oh, come on, who tied this rope? What is it, a reef knot?
They didn't even bother doing audio cleanup and stuff for...
Remember, Doctors Sattler and Grant want us to be especially careful when digging up this fossil.
I think Grant wants everyone to be careful when digging up any fossil. But it is really gratifying when you hear the original actors' voices coming out to the characters. It's just like, well, that's who you play. Dr. Grant, if you please. There we are. Get all the starters. Smash all the things.
Oh, sure. Do as I say, not as I do. Next time, I'm just bringing a sandblaster.
Well, that's your opinion. Time to get digging. Keep building, yo. There we go.
6-inch retractable claw, like a razor, on the middle toe.
But if it was accurate to the movie...
Dr. Grant! Dr. Ellie!
Have it all
We're ready to try again.
I hate computers.
Feelings mutual.
You see, when it does these mini in-game cutscene things to show you stuff, it risks these studs disappearing. It's not just this game that does that, other LEGO games do that as well. And I think other games where you
I give up. You give it a try.
It's never too late to learn something new.
Be careful. That rope's holding up some, what's it called? Delicate equipment. That's it. It was holding up a bunch of delicate equipment. Oh, sorry.
Well. Oh, hang on. There's a whole area back there forgotten about. It's because the game wants you to do something specific, and yet there are multiple choices. So why not? Build. There you go. Fill your boots. Just grab all these studs again. Hopefully, what I'll be able to showcase as well is how you can there we go. Is switch around between the classic and modern eras. Because obviously this is completely changing. But once you've gone through this level, I think you'll be able to access the rest of Jurassic Park, or start with Jurassic World. Whee-ya! And I think, and a rare thing for LEGO games, when they release alongside the actually managed to get the main As the Jurassic World Turns score from Michael Giacchino's Jurassic World score. When you go into the Jurassic World section, I think they managed to do that. Because if not, it sounds so much like it. But the thing is, I think it's the effect of this game is that it plays so grandiosely, I think it's the way, that it can the effect of the music being so majestic and what have you, so eventually it becomes a bit overwhelming. From what I remember.
I found a perfectly preserved Compsognathus thigh.
Really? No. That's mine. I had chicken legs for lunch.
Start. But yeah, also a curious thing about the music is that, like this piece here from The Lost World, that they've repurposed in quite a nice way for this opening bit in Jurassic Park, they more or less wrote entirely new music for not just the Jurassic World section, but for Jurassic Park 3 as well. So I think they spared a bit of expense for the music.
Okay, I figured out what's wrong with it. It should have 2 wheels, not 1, and handlebars. That's why you fell off of it, Dave. No handlebars.
You. Yeah, Dave. Well, there's a snotty, ratty 6-foot turkey kid. Don't you dare talk to Grant. Smashy, smashy. Steady, steady. There we go. Yeah, I think they were sparing on the John Williams music because, unlike some other, incidental music composers, John Williams demands that any use of his music is his original stuff to begin. He doesn't want it re-recorded. He always wants the original source tracks to be used, which is fine, I suppose, but apparently it's a lot more expensive to use the original source tracks rather than re-record it yourself. Not sure how.
Oh, yeah, that's much safer. It was really hard to just balance on it.
There you go.
That's great. Now it looks like the picture in the instructions.
Shoot the radar into the ground and the bone bounces the image back. This program is incredible. 2 more years and we won't have to dig anymore.
Not in that.
Get out of the way.
That thing looks like a 6-foot turkey.
How dare. Well, who came to rule the party? Just because, you're funding this dig doesn't mean, you can just do whatever the heck you like. Alright? This is why people hit highs up. Oh dear. I think I broke the portability. I have to go over there to relieve myself. Yep, you do that. Well, you've got there you go. I've got another burn box. So you just go straight in. There we go.
Who do you think you are?
John Hammond. I own an island. Kind of biological preserve. Really spectacular. Spared no expense. Our attractions will drive kids out of their minds. If I could just persuade you to sign off on the park,
Yellow and blue.
I could get back on schedule.
What kind of park is this?
It's right up your alley.
Did you not hear? Biological preserve.
So you two, dig up dinosaurs?
Well.
Try to.
You'll have to get used to Dr. Malcolm. He suffers from a deplorable excess of personality, especially for a mathematician.
Chaotician, actually.
Hooray! We did the first one. So now it's just a case of getting all the trophies for this game once again. Okay, we are on Is the New Life. It says in the background. Should really turn this. Hey, turn this. Woohoo! Oh, we got Joffrey as well, son. And we've got Robert Muldoon. Of course. Dixie's here and all. Dixie Kid. Nobody wants the Dixie Kid, thank you. Right. Jurassic Park responder. And we got a floor. And we've got a really smaller unlocked. Cool. Alright. No, we didn't get the amber, I'm afraid. Because you get the amber, you get to unlock more dinosaurs. We can either go Jurassic Park or Jurassic. Yeah, we could do a bit of both. Right. Well,
Good
the
morning,
first time,
sirs, madam. Welcome to Jurassic Park. You'll find a vehicle you can take to the visitor center on the road over there.
Yay! Oh. Well, we need to do that. So you should be able to. Ah, yes, we've got a map. Okay, so. The silly thing is, I don't remember the map being like this. Maybe it was, or maybe it's different to the PS4 version. Here it goes. Oh, right. Even though technically ground doesn't move still. Yeah, alright. Yeah. these Jeeps, these Jeep Wranglers, they were going to be featured in an actual physical Lego set once, for the Lego Jurassic World set with one of the kids, one of the brothers, Zach or Gray, one of them. And yeah, the Jeep was going to be in it because in the movie they restart a Jeep. They commandeer a Jeep. However, they replaced it with the gyroscope for some weird reason, probably because of the modern branding against the old branding and all that stuff.
If you need spares, get them from storage, not from one of the control panels.
Well, okay. Time to puzzle. Dig through stuff. Hooray. What? I can't do that. That needs to be Hammond himself. Right. 883. We did it. There's Ellie. She can drive this time. Because I decree it. Right. That's the perimeter fence.
Let's get something straight, John. Your investors, whom I represent, are deeply concerned. 48 hours from now, if they aren't convinced, I'm not convinced. I'll shut you down, John.
In 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apologies.
Alan, this species of Variformin's been extinct
I just realised
the Cretaceous period. I mean, this thing is
roll bars for the Jeeps are missing. So beautiful, isn't it? It brings back all the feelings. It brings all the energy. Yay.
It's a dinosaur.
We're gonna make a fortune with this place.
I just wish they had a Lego Brachiosaur actually made as well.
How fast are they? Well, we clocked the T-Rex at 32 miles an hour.
T-Rex?
Mm-hmm.
You said you've got a T-Rex?
Uh-huh. Say again. We have a T-Rex. Dr. Grant. My dear Dr. Sattler. Welcome
Everybody now?
to Jurassic Park. How'd you do this?
A shot of nostalgia.
I'll show you.
Can you actually place the Brachiosaur yet? Because that's the big thing. That was like one of the big selling points of this game, is that you could play as the dinosaurs. And yes, that does include Brachiosaurs as well. Look at them all, they're so gorgeous. Just rush over to the lake because we need to see them. So pretty. What are the ghostly studs? Then why did it? Okay, probably didn't actually. Get out of the way. Okay, this is the point where I completely forget what I was supposed to be doing next. Hold on a second. That's not the right way. Is it? No.
It's no use. Those gates ain't moving until they install the gears and whatnots. Which is fine by me, because they've only got herbivores on this side of them.
Okay. Smash! Let's get smashing. Always be smashing. Although, in the modern day, that can have a very rude connotation. Always be smashing. Okay, but just where are the jeeps? Oh no. The jeeps have gone. I don't know what. Okay. Right. Aha. Grant, if you please. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Cool. Smash that boxes. Give them what for. There we go. The gates are open. Great. Now we are exposed to carnivores. See, we're not even in another level yet, and it's nearly 40 minutes in. Where are the cars? Oh, for goodness sake. What did you do with the jeeps? The cars are gone. I know. That's what I think. Although, look, I could have sworn blind that this, yeah, because in the movie it comes up this side. They come up this side. Then they see the brackets on. Then they see the lake and stuff. What? Never mind. They've changed the side of it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Alright then. Alright then. Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I remember. Okay. So that's the original Jurassic Park. And then there's Isla Sorna, Site B, and on one side it'll be the Lost World, on the other side it'll be Jurassic Park 3. Yes, see? Alright, let's do this on foot. Because apparently, they can't keep the jeeps in here. It's just silly. Anyway, there's a visitor centre. Lovely. And there we go, there are the Ford Explorers. Finally getting Ford Explorers from Mattel. No idea what took them so long. Although I have a feeling it might be something to do with Ford themselves. Because Ford are always a bit fussy about yeah, they always seem to be a bit persnickety.
You'll find a great dino fact just down there.
Having merchandise on their stuff. Feeding Town. Yeah, close-up view, prehistoric black ocean lab on the underwater.
The most advanced amusement park in the entire world.
And no bones about it.
Why don't you all sit down?
Just one drop of blood contains billions of strands of DNA, the building blocks of life. 100 million years ago, there were mosquitoes, just like today. Sometimes, after biting a dinosaur, the mosquito would land on the branch of a tree and become fossilized. This is what we call amber. Using sophisticated techniques, Jurassic Park scientists extract the preserved blood from the mosquito. And now we can make a baby dinosaur.
G'day, Henry.
Oh, good day, sir. Perfect timing.
They imprint on the first creature they come in contact with. That's it.
Some kind of control you're attempting is, it's not possible. Listen, if there's one thing the history of evolution has taught us, it's that life, finds a way.
What species is this?
It's a velociraptor.
No, not
They're lethal at 8 months, and I do mean lethal. I've hunted most things that can hunt you, but the way these things move, 50,
No
60
yelling.
miles per hour if they ever got out in the open. They remember.
All right, let's feed these overgrown lizards then.
Come on, let's go.
Now then.
Well, these cages aren't going to be big enough. You could barely fit a goat in them.
That was the main problem. I don't know what kind of accent that was, but... They are very confined cages. Oh, we're in a level now. Great. Security cameras. Need shooting. Can you see any more? There's one there. Achoo! Oh, bone thing. Yeah, I need to. Okay. Let's not waste too much more time on because I'll probably want to play this game in my own time anyway. But yeah.
That's better. Now we just add cow.
Indeed.
Isn't that part of the paddock control panel?
It is indeed. Apparently, I was told a few years ago now.
Come on, Daisy. We're taking you for a meal. Sorta.
You're not wrong. Oh. Goodness sake. Lollies has gone live. Yeah, years ago, one of the tutors at Huddersfield, one of the drama tutors, went to a talk by Bob Peck or something, and apparently, because he was trained in theatre and not screen acting, apparently when he was doing all this stuff, for Jurassic Park, Spielberg had to stop him numerous times and say, "Okay, Bob, that was great, but can we just do it a little bit less?" And then a little bit less, and a little bit less, because Robert Peck, you can see in the final film, he is an intense character. His acting's really intense, but that was toned down. It's just like, can you imagine what that would have been like if he did it in
Fresh
a more
beef,
theatrical style?
Those raptors eat better than I do.
They're entering the Tyrannosaur paddock, for example.
Ay, caramba! Is it morning already? Oh. Ah, my knee! Lo siento, I cannot go on. Tell my mother I love her. I have not been racked with such pain as this since I stopped my toe.
Oh, of course, you can jump down here as well. Which means, there you go, another phone box. And no balls about it. Right. Yeah, this is more of a bonus area, really. Okay.
Someone else must operate the crane.
Yes,
My
yes,
injuries are too severe.
I'm doing it. Dinner time.
What are they doing? Feeding them.
The essence of chaos.
Grandpa!
Kids!
We miss you.
That's obviously a bit different from the movie.
These will be your transports for the afternoon. No drivers. No drivers. They're electric. They run on this track in the middle of the roadway here. Spared no expense.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Still not clear on chaos.
The shorthand is the butterfly effect. A butterfly can flap its wings between Central Park. You get rain instead of sunshine. Look at this. See? I'm right again. Nobody could have predicted that Dr. Grant would suddenly jump out of a moving vehicle.
Alan?
Oh, Triceratops.
Don't be scared. Come on, it's okay. She's sick.
I have to insist that we get moving.
You know, if it's all right, I'd like to stay with Dr. Harding and finish up with the trike.
Sure. Seems to happen about every 6 weeks or so.
I'd have to see the dinosaurs dropping.
See, this is one of the more interesting levels, shall we say, because this runs parallel to the movie. It's like what you didn't see whilst we were following the main characters, or the other main characters, should I say. And for the game itself, this is one of the first times you get to play as a dinosaur. Spoiler alert. Cancel? Yes.
Let's see. Rats.
Remember to wash your hands before you eat anything.
Is this what Cindy and Lilac?
Yes, we know they're toxic, but the animals don't eat them.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Are you sure about that? Dr. Mean. Now, Ellie is a paleobotanist. So she is. Because in video game mechanic terms, that makes sense. And you know, fair it does. There you go. Oh, of course, I think this is one of the first LEGO games that introduced, like, bugs and stuff, like general wildlife. Dive in! And get dirty.
Some lilac berries.
See, Dr. Harding, you were a bit wrong. Hands don't need them. Yeah, whatever. There you go, girl. Have a nice life.
Alright, so she's suffering from meliotoxicity.
Hey, did that taste nice, Sarah? Oh, if you ever meet my daughter, don't tell her I named a 6-ton dinosaur after her.
Well. I remember hearing that gag first time I thought, see what you did there? See, sometimes the level of detail they go into, especially with all these back references and whatever, really, really cool. Really appreciated it. Because it's never actually established in the movies themselves that Sarah Harding and this Dr. Harding are related. But we know they are. And I think it's because in the novels it's confirmed that they are father and daughter. But it's just one of those details that was left out in the movies.
It's so odd, though.
And I think also as well that Jerry Harding had another daughter.
These are dilated.
I know, probably. But when you learn that sort of thing, you wonder if when you learn that sort of thing, you're just sort of tempted to sort of implement it as a headcanon that the Trike in the original movie is called Sarah. Just like the original T-Rex is called Rexy or Roberta. Right. Oh, I need you. Come on. Target to shoot. There we go. Oh, right, yes. Time to swing. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Time to track. Trackity, trackity, track. Alright. Yep, smack the tree, get the apple. Chop your gooden. There you go. Have a nap.
Microvesicles. It's interesting.
That is not okay.
Impressed, Dr. Sattler. She's looking right as rain again. Speaking of which, we should get back to the visitor center before the storm catches us.
Alright. Now, we can control the dinosaurs! Yeah! It's only taken 55 minutes, but here you go. Charge! There we go. Yay! Boombox! Yeah, this is like one of the main draws of this game, absolutely. Yay!
should be another car parked in the compound northeast of here.
Oh, so. Well, that was just any waste of money.
Not part of the visitor center, Dr. Sadler. I don't fancy that dino's chances of balancing on the trunk. We better make another way over for her.
Listen, don't judge a Triceratops by its cover, okay? Uh-oh, now it is raining. This plank stuff was introduced in the Lego Pirates game.
Oh, right, there isn't a bridge here. Took out the gate control panel.
Smash it! There we go. You can also charge! Come on. There we go.
Good as new.
Cool. Come on, son.
Oh man, there's supposed to be someone on duty here to release the ladder to that walkway. But you know, I can't blame them for wanting to get out of this weather.
It literally just started raining. I have to do everything myself, don't I?
And I guess they took the car with them as well. We better find ourselves a shortcut, Dr. Sadler.
No, just... Ellie, there we go. That's the kind of thing that's easy to miss. Oh, of course. Okay. Right. What are we doing? Oh, she wants to come through. No.
Once we get past this fence, we'll be back at the visitor center in no time. Huh, where's the crank off the gate winch gone? I bet some greedy dino ate it.
Oh no. That means it's gonna be dino together. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, where's it gone? It's just gone. Here we go.
This way. We can get to the visitor center through that hole.
Did we do it? Should have done it. I think we've done it.
I told you how many times we needed locking mechanisms on the vehicle doors.
Item 151 on today's glitch list. We have all the problems of a major theme park and a major zoo when the computers aren't even on their feet yet.
Dennis, our lives are in your hands and you have butterfingers?
I'm totally unappreciated in my time. You know anybody who can network 8 connection machines and debug 2 million lines of code for what I bid for this job?
Quiet, all of you.
We're approaching the Tyrannosaur paddock.
Yeah, seeing Nedrina regularly
viable embryos. They're no use to us if they don't survive. 1.5 million if you get all 15 species off the island.
7 o'clock, the stock.
Bingo. Yay, we did another level. Let's go past the out 1 hour mark. And we've got Jerry Harding. Gennaro. Yeah, Maxwell. Lab technician. Yeah, we got the Triceratops. Yeah. Yay, first playable Dino. Continue the story. So yeah, that's the thing as well. I may feel, yeah, we're free playing now. That's the thing as well. I may feel initially that getting this to play again is weird, but people get Skyrim like 5 different times. So. That's all I can say to it. Oh hi! Hey, Dig-Side volunteer. Well, I won't bother with buying characters just yet. Just want to explore a little bit. Come on, get in. That's another point as well. Oh, it automatically steers up because it's on the thing. Yeah, right, yeah. That makes sense.
You'll have to find another way around. There's been a rock slide. Although I guess you can see that.
Oh, so referential.
Sorry, you ain't getting through here anytime soon.
Is he actually? Oh. Yes. You have to go through this paddock. Who's in there? No, down this paddock.
Hey, a little help here? I was climbing the tree to pet a brachiosaur, but I fell and, well, this happened. Come on, cut me down already!
Oh, you. Oh. Yeah, might as well.
Oh, thank you. Here, let me return the favor. You can use this to bring dinosaurs into the paddock, which is particularly handy if there's a wall you need to smash through. But, don't tell the construction guys I told you that.
Yeah. Yay! First dinosaur summoning pad complete. Yay! Track as we might. Smash it!
Help! Someone help! They've got me cornered!
No,
Somebody!
not the Dilophosaurs. Listen. That's what you get.
Thanks. Here, come on up.
I like how the way that works, it was like he was saying that to the trike. Yeah, come on up. Come on up, Triceratops. Wait, what? Rolled it to smash.
Come on. We gotta clear this road.
Yay, I got a red
Doesn't
brick.
anyone have a jackhammer or something?
First red brick of the game. Not bad at all, not too shabby. Alright. Apparently I'm just right. See, with that being the Dilophosaur pack, the whole business with the thing. The whole business with the falling spores. That reminds me, oh, hello, James. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
That is just the ticket. Hold on a sec.
Hope you've been doing well, Mr. Sunshine.
Rocks 0, Gary 1. Go on ahead.
No. Hi, Narad. Hey, not doing too badly.
All right, enjoy the show.
That's all good to hear. You're just in time. Big development.
I bet you didn't know this.
While peaceful by nature, a threatened stegosaurus can swing its tail over 30 meters a second. Whoa!
Oh, I finished debugging the phones, but the system's gonna be compiling for 18 to 20 minutes, so some of the minor systems, they might go on and off for a while. Anybody want a soda or something?
Naturally, no. This is what money goes to.
Fences are failing all over the park. Security systems are shutting down.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Phones are out too. Access main program grid.
You didn't say the magic word. Please!
I wonder if perhaps you would be good enough to be my bench. Sure.
I'm going with him.
The Legos are talking.
Hey, what'd I touch?
I mean,
we didn't touch
yeah.
anything. We stopped.
Yeah, they are.
You feel that?
Guess who's coming?
What is that?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Where does he think he's going? When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Might be in the settings. Not so much. It was the fact that they didn't use dialogue at all in the Lego games until Lego Batman 2. Lego Batman 2 was the first. Lego game to introduce actual dialogue into it. Because of that, when they adapted more well-known stuff. When they adapted stuff based on movies and franchises, they started using dialogue from them. So that's basically how it went down. So I think the last major movie franchise or movie Lego adaptation that didn't use dialogue was the Pirates Lego game. Lord of the Rings was like the first movie Lego game that did use talking, but it wasn't the first Lego game to introduce dialogue. Oh, by the way, there's a T-Rex here. What happens if we get close? You get scared. Yeah, alright. Oh. Now, as I will have mentioned at the top of the stream, I've already played this game and I've already platinumed it, I've already completed it in PlayStation 3. But I got it again for PS4. Because yeah, you can reason it like some people get Skyrim multiple times. I want to play this multiple times. Because why not? Inactive player in the top right looks like Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Oh, that's Dr. Malcolm. I can sort of see what you mean. Yeah, I don't know who Harry Potter is. Ah! Studs. Must get studs. Always be collecting studs. You have more. Cut through the vines! Oh yeah, Harry Potter was one of the best wizards ever. But the other one, Harry Potter, was an absolute idiot. Let's build. Construct. And what should be in here? one thing I remember learning when this game came out was they treated the T-Rex like a dog, which meant gags like that, attracting it with a squeaky bone toy and stuff like that. Hang on. That's a tracking thing. Can't go to apparently you can't. It'd make a big woof. She would indeed, yes. Build it! Boinga, boinga, boinga. Well, remember, all the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are female. Like, alright, there's a... And I think it's only in... Yeah. And it's only in the sequels that we have confirmed male dinosaurs. The Lost World, for example, you have the male T-Rex and the male Velociraptors. I told you about this. Yeah, I must have done. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, so we need to rescue Timmy. We'll watch the new one. Oh, was it back then? Oh yeah, it must have been, yeah. Because there was a difference, yeah. Because the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor are opposite genders. Now, Lex has quite an amusing feature in this game, because some people scream, and in this game that's used to shatter glass. That's quite fun. If only could do that with old car alarms, that could go off when you don't want to. Yeah, we got a flare!
Get the can! Get rid of the flare!
How can that be a hero? Right, let's rebuild this a little bit. Rebuild. There we go. How is this? Where was... Okay, let's try this again. Sometimes it's one of those things where you have to hold this thing down or repeatedly press it. Okay, so repeated pressing. Right. Okay, done. There we go. Alright, see you later, James. Have a good cycle. Yay. Come on, Tim. Have a good one. The classic long. Brush your teeth. Brum, 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 brum. fold them up because, you know, you wanted to eat them, so you just lost your meals now. It's a climbing level. Bringing back that classic platforming ideal. Alright. This is where I have to go. Good grief, that was awesome. Listen. No. I almost said Soul's Catch for a second. Hashtag praise this all. Oh, take it on. What are you doing? Yes. It's one of those things. Oh, for flip's sake, I did the wrong character. Right. There we go. Boing. There we are. Because Lex is an agility-based character. So that's why. Hold on a second. Why? What? And how? Oh, of course you can. Yeah. Cool. she has a baseball that she can throw. And there we go. There we are.
Hey, Cam. Hear me out coming up.
Right. And time to swing. Whee! Got it. Okay. Lex, if you please. Right. Got some grass. Not that kind of grass. Ah, she can't go through that. That's alright then. That sounds like the T-Rex again. Boing. And another agility bestie. Up, up. And there we go. And bonk. Collect studs. If only real life was as forgiving. I destroy stuff and get paid for it. Smash that glass!
You okay?
Hi.
I threw up.
Oh, that's okay. Just give me a hand. The thing about climbing is you never look down.
Okay.
Oh, no. Go.
Well, we're back in the car again.
Well, at least you're out of the tree.
Where's the other car? Alan!
That one shouldn't be intact at all.
Alan!
In the canon of this game.
Ian? Can we chance moving him?
Please chance it.
Must go faster.
Zigzag, maybe we'll use it.
Get up the stick! Move!
Never mind. Yeah, considering that she broke out of a panic in the movie, by the time we got to this chase in the movie, especially, she didn't really go very well. And it would have been interesting to know what she meant. Slow-mo!
Think they'll have that on the tour?
Yeah. Yeah, just press the T-Rex and don't let me. Let's roll out. Let's roll out.
Remind me to thank John for a lovely weekend.
We will never find the command that Ledger used. He's covered his tracks far too well.
You didn't say the magic word.
Please!
You didn't say the magic word.
Shutting down the entire system. The only way to wipe out everything that he did.
Hello, Juicy Dragon 76. Hello to you.
You please shut down the system.
You just witnessed Lego.
It's okay. Look, see that? It's on. It worked. The shutdown tripped the circuit breakers. 3 minutes, I can have the power back on in the entire park.
Just to be safe, I want everybody in the emergency bunker until Mr. Arnold returns and the whole system's up and running again. Hiring Ned to do was a mistake.
Fine, thank you.
Should have been there by now.
Yeah. Stinks. That's what you get for being good eating.
Oh, nice boy. What do you want? What do you want? You want food?
Yeah. The dinosaurs want food. Two copies of this game for my 360. Nice. I've already completed this game years ago for the PS3, but now we've started again on the PS4 because why not? %75%. I have no choice of either. Not this time, anyway. Jurassic toy vehicle unlocked. Don't deal with that. Nothing. No. Didn't get the ambulance. Nice. Man. That's the issue with chase scenes and the games, is when you see the thing that you could have grabbed they just fly by in the distance, and you think, why can't they just let us go and grab it? Alright, let's continue the story. Alright, where we go? First hits head. There we go. Don't think we're supposed to do that. Ah! Now we have Timmy though. He's a short boy. There we go. See, they raise the bridge. Raise the bridge. Yeah, raise the bridge. There we go. Cool. Ah, we need grants. Dig through some dirt. Okay. Yeah, kids, I'll just see you later. I should be able to climb that. Oh, they're already here. They teleported a little bit there. Ah, that's for an electro charge character that you tend to get from the Jurassic World era. Yeah, that was a thing I started talking about earlier. The movie Jurassic Park is almost 28 years old. Indeed it is. Blimey. 30 years anniversary is coming up. And let me tell you something. Jurassic Park is one of the first memories I ever have. Ever. Like, I distinctly remember being in the cinema and seeing this film on screen, you know, when I was little. Yeah, there we go. It will indeed, on the 11th. I jumped. There we go. Ah, that's the thing for Lex. Lex, where are you? There we go. Thunk. There we go. Crossing the bridge. Ah, no, that's for Timmy. Wherever he is. There we go, because he's got the night vision goggles. Oh, that was just for a purple stud. Well, at least that shows mechanics.
Want to learn something new? Take a look down there.
Dr. Alan Grant is my favourite. He's one of my favourites as well.
Visitor center's just about a mile over that rise there.
Very excited to see you.
Just keep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are those meat-eating metasauruses?
Wheeling uniform direction changes, just like a flock of birds evading a predator.
They're flocking this way.
Get ready for some chase. Then again, Lex is the computer, so yeah, swings and roundabouts. But that's the thing. In all the Jurassic movies, it's always good to have people who know their stuff and people who don't. Roast chicken.
Look how it eats.
Nom, nom, nom.
Oh, I want to go now.
Okay. Follow me.
Another comedic way for TT.
Something went wrong. I'm gonna go get the power back on.
You can't just stroll down the road.
I think I can follow this and then talk you through it.
Come on, let's go.
It's that sausage again.
Come on, this way.
That's Joffrey's sausage, which sounds really wrong. But if you...
Mr. Arnold? Mr. Arnold?
If you saw the beginning again...
Mr. Arnold? Mr. Arnold? John, I'm in.
After 20 or 30 feet, you come to a T-junction. Just never follow the main cable. I understand how to read a schematic.
Timmy was impressed when he saw the T-Rex up close. I bet a lot of people were impressed when they saw the T-Rex up close. This game is so cute, I don't know why I didn't realise there was a Lego game till seeing this. Lol. Wow. What's your favourite Lego game? Oh. I might be boring and say this one, but Lego Dimensions is definitely up there. And I think I've mentioned that to James before. That's definitely a game I want to get to screaming with. I scream about it all the time. It's definitely a game I want to get streaming eventually. Lego Dimensions, and with this being Jurassic June and Dimensions having a Jurassic World section, I might just do that later this month. You never know. But yeah, I also do really like the Star Wars games that they do as well. I'm excited for the Skywalker Saga, which is due to be released this year, after a year's worth of delays. This one is definitely one you'd be more interested in for sure. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait a minute.
but more often than not, the LEGO games cover stuff that I like anyway. So the Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Jurassic. I'm trying to think what else there is. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that LEGO covers that I tend to like anyway. The only things that have been to the contrary tend to be franchises that they've introduced in LEGO Dimensions and planned to introduce in Dimensions that I haven't really been interested in at all, like the Goonies and Minecraft. In the movie, Dr. Sattler went by herself. Yes, she did. However, this being a LEGO game, it makes a lot of changes for the sake of gameplay. This, for example, is because the whole thing with LEGO games is the co-op. So you always need another character to play with. But yeah, it's always fun. But it's a LEGO interpretation of the first 4 films anyway, so it's not really to be taken seriously at all.
Okay, following the piping.
They did it in a really clever way for LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens, where Rey and Chewbacca started ascending the island at the end, and then Rey at the end, Rey the last thing said, I've got this myself now, Chewie. And so she did the last bit herself, and that's how you get the scene where... That's how they recreate the scene where she meets Luke. So yeah. Okay. I can't do this, can I? No, I can't. Ah! Targets! Targets, targets, targets. Yep. Why? Why must you? Oh, didn't my other messages send earlier? Oh, right. Didn't need no man. If that did send, I didn't catch it. I'm afraid. I did this time. There we go. She don't need no man. No, she don't. But, you know, in situations like this, any help is appreciated. I'm sure. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, this is the style of gameplay where co-op is, necesito. I know the Spanish version of the word. Yo necesito... boleto.
Now, ahead of you is a metal staircase. Go down it.
I try to get all true survivors in skin. Yeah, it's definitely... aha! There we go. Turned a bit alien there. Is that hard to do? The true survivor, it depends on the level. More often than not, you will have enough studs in the level to collect to get to true survivor, which is that stud bar at the top of the screen. But every so often, they'll have a level where they purposefully make it difficult to get get that bar full, and that means either you'll need a stud multiplier later on to come back to play it in free play, or you'll need to access other areas that you wouldn't have been able to access before. in order to get to that point. It's one of those replay mechanics that entices you to keep playing, or play again, or keep playing. Okay, why would you have LED? Never mind. Going through specific efforts. Okay.
I see the box. It says high voltage.
Yes, we do. Oh yes, agility characters. Yeah, alright, Raptor, being scary.
Billy, you can't throw the main switch by hand. You've got to pump up the primer handle in order to get the charge.
Alright, here I go, okay? Okay, charged.
Yay!
Mr. Hammond, I think we're back in business.
Surprise!
Oh, Mr. Arnold. We can make it if we run.
No, we can't.
Why not?
Because we're being hunted.
Because that wasn't the only rules for this area. You see, it doesn't need to be dark in order to make jump scares like that. Even necessary. Come on, get tracking. Trackity track, trackity track. Trackity track. Sweet. I appreciate you asking Juice of Dragon 76 a question in Howard, but I don't think they're answering. Somehow. Raptors are being raptory. Hey. Oh. Like. There we go. I was gonna say I can see what the
bushes straight ahead. It's all right.
That's a try. Raptor! Go, grief. You know what? If you're in the right mindset, so to speak. Yeah, if you're in the appropriate mindset, it could be more scary than the actual movie because it purposefully draws your focus away from that area, so you'd never see that bloody thing coming. If that was in the dark, that'd be heckin' scary. Jesus. Come on, Ellie. Time to dig through some poop. Mmm, tasty. Yeah. simple. There we go. Oh no. It's supposed to be going slow. There we go. Come on, man. Get some. This is the Predator section. Something out there. How bolder of you. Time to track. Don't you start doing that last time in here. Oh, there. Oh, oh dear. There we go. Ah, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, cheeky bugger. Get out of it. Oh, and now it's supposed to be Which one? Pay attention to the pushes that it runs into. That one. This is basically the whole cutscene, isn't it? Yeah, got rid of your 3 hearts. Come on, man.
Gotta.
That's the message again.
Clever girl.
Numb. Yay! Another level complete. So yeah, I don't think I got True Survivor in that one. Thing is, if I was playing these games without stream, if I was playing this without streaming, then I would have aimed more for the True DLC 76. I would have aimed more for the True Survivor thing. Because I'd take the time with it. But because when you get to the time that you get habits, you tend to destroy everything as much as you can to get as many studs as you can. And when you do that, True Survivor or any of the Battlefields is relatively quite straightforward. It's like the more you play these things, you'll get them eventually. Right. Can't remember if that was level 4 or 5, but there are 6 levels per movie, so we might finish the first Jurassic Park story soon, which will be exciting. Right. Here we go. Oh, we need a key. Key, where are you? Computer terminal. which means it's a thing Lex can do. Oh no, wait, no. It's a Jurassic World thing. a future thing for this generation of Jurassic. Okay, we need a crank for that as well. Ah! Okay, but what? Key, please. Key, please, yes, please. Thank you. Wherever you are. Ah! A target! Give me that target, yeah. Yay, a handbrake. Alright, now it's a Timmy thing. Yay! Turny. Alright.
Here's another fascinating fact for you.
It's a fascinating fact. The lifespan of an average brachiosaur is thought to be around 100 years. Whoa!
Hello?
Yeah, this must be the last level.
Okay. I'm gonna have to find the others. I'll be back soon. I promise.
Get some food down here. Is that bloody sausage again?
Is it? It's a velociraptor.
Well, if you want to be specific, it's a velociraptor anthropus.
I'm sure that's an Ace Ventura reference. But the films are big. The kitchen. How about sausages? You see, raptors are very much me in some ways, can be very easily distracted by food. And how we're dealing with this one? Oh, wait, of course. Yes. There we go. Ah, it's this first. Hey, good looking. What's cooking? was playing this without streaming, take my time with it, and that's as much as many stages as possible. And it would take a lot longer than 2 hours. What's in the pot?
I don't care, it tastes good.
Oh, raptor. Head in a cooking pot. Up. There we go. I like the idea of chickens in the vents because it's scared to being prepared in the kitchen. See, this is all well and good, but we need Lex over here. Oh, she is. Oh, of course, this is freezer. The infamous freezer, the walking freezer. Okay. Now, I don't know how many of you watching right now will know about Camp Cretaceous. But the latest season... Yeah, spoilers ahead. The latest season went into the visitor centre. They went to this exact same kitchen. Just obviously, nearly 3 decades from the original. Yeah. The kitchen was there. Now, if you've seen the original Jurassic Park, if you remember the original Jurassic Park, you'll know that one of these raptors got locked in this freezer. So, they had an opportunity to not just go, not there you go. See, it's happened here now. See, they had an opportunity to have a very interesting cameo, shall we say, of the raptor body in the freezer. See, wouldn't that would have just added to the whole thing, I think. Because why would they have released it? Or how would the raptor have gotten out? So yeah, how
Control room.
They were that close.
We can call for help? We gotta reboot the system first.
The face of the raptor.
Put up the door locks!
Clever. Yeah, we were that close.
Gotta get back! Put up the door lock! You can't hold it by yourself!
Smash everything.
Boot up the door locks!
Yeah, I might do it. First you gotta smash it. Close enough, obviously. There we go. Yay, got the amber. Now, which have been that one because it's got an apple on it. This is what we think of 90s computing. Hiya! Hiya! Smashy, smashy. Yeah! That showed those computers who were boss. I think that's an entrance, so going by the previous cutscenes anyway. Oh, and there's the vending machine. Oh yeah, of course that was the vending machine. Hold on guys, just smashing stuff for studs. You know how it is. Lol, Lego. Okay, so there we go. Right. Build. And then attach this massive socket. Because we're gonna get connection established! And that's only for this PC. That particular computer. Right! Let's get on this. This is basic programming skills. Super spy indeed. Oh, it's so scary. So much for you. There you go. This game knows what's up. I'll show you what happens to the raptor in the freezer. Even though it's strictly just... That's not the point. Yeah! Blowing them fuses. Alright. This requires a little character, and Timmy is just that. Okay, so speaking of little characters, you know how little characters are usually because they have little legs, like smaller than average legs. These kinds of legs were introduced in about the early 2000s for the physical minifigs. And they were introduced because of sets like Star Wars and Harry Potter that had characters like Yoda and goblins and things like that. So they introduced that piece to create short characters. Now, since then, all these little legs on these characters have been just one static solid piece. However, it's only this year, and I've only just discovered this when I get into the Looney Tunes minifigures. It's only just this year that they got a brand new short leg design that articulates just like the regular legs. Now, that might not mean a great deal to some people, but someone like me who's been into Lego for years, that's big. Ironically. that's kind of a thing with that. It's one of those things where once it happens, you wonder, well, why hasn't that been done before? There we go, that's Nedry's terminal online. Oh, back online. Ah, new bolt cutters for that. That's a mini kit. What's around here? Oh, yes! I vaguely remember this. Oh dear. Come on! Yeah, it's the cold storage. Or something. It's either cold storage or the that seating area thing. Whatever, it's for free play, it's fine. No, don't even worry about it. I'm not worried about it, who's worrying about it?
It's a Unix system. I know this. It's all the files of the whole park. It tells you everything.
It doesn't.
I gotta find the right file.
Hello, Mr. Sunshine again. You are in time for power to be restored in the park.
Trying to reach the gun.
I can't get it unless I move. Oh, this is it. This might be the right file.
Did you have a nice
This isn't the right
bike
You didn't say the magic word.
No. Oh, I did that wrong.
What works?
Yeah, absolutely.
Phone, security systems, you name it, we got it.
I think the general shorthand is Simon Says for those sorts of puzzles. Hey, mind the raptors in the background. I can read the theme music from that comment. Do 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 do.
Mr. Hammond, the phones are working.
They are.
Children, all right?
Grandpa!
Call the mainland. Tell them to send them helicopters.
And the actual movie, I'm sure it says send the damn helicopters. Ah,
It's gonna come through the glass!
now stop that at once. Ah, so rude. Ten bones,
Move!
Alright, let's go. I got it. Yeah, there's the pig again. Velociraptor! I am very sure that this is the Lego game that introduced the pigs into the Lego Games franchise as a running gag. Because every game since this has gags with pigs. And I think this is the first one to do it because in the Lego Jurassic World level with the I think it's the first level actually. There's the whole chasing the pig scene. Right. We need Tim. Again! So that was just uncalled for. But now we have Ellie. So we can have some plant stuff here. It's time to grow.
Ellie, get back! Get on the ship, move!
never mind.
Smash it all!
Get back!
Yeah. When...
Faster, Ted!
Yeah, that screech thing in the movie that Lex does, it's almost hilarious because it sounds like one of the dinosaurs itself. I've always thought that.
Go away!
Yeah.
This way.
You said as if... See, look at that. Check it, yo. We're playing as the T-Rex now. I know it's just good time at the moment. Yeah. Oh yeah. One down. You're damn right I did. I did indeed see the heck out of this thing. But the thing is, in regular free play, you can control the dinos at your whim. So outside the levels, you can absolutely play the T-Rex to T-Plan's content. Plus other dinos. I've forgotten what to... Right, okay, there's a thing here. There we go. There we go. Smack on the head. We're going back as Rex. There we go. Ow! Yeah, little cheek. It's not doing the same thing. Right, okay. Lex, I need your baseball. Oh, there we go. Sometimes knowing what to do is more obvious than not. And other times it's just... And other times you really have... You sort of really have to look for it, and when you do find it, it's bloody obvious. Listen. Oh, right. You see, I did not notice that thing until just now. I'm moving it. Okay, I'm moving. There we go.
Hammond, after careful consideration, I've decided not to endorse your park.
So have I.
Alright, that does it for the first movie. And it's now 2 hours and 23 minutes. Wow. Didn't think it'd be that long. 91%. Ah, dang it. Never mind. Okay, now the Grand Survivor. Ellie Grant. Ellie Settler Survivor. And welcome to the John Hammond himself. About Time 2. Lex Murphy survived. Tim Murphy survived. Dennis, Costa Rican Dennis Nedry with the Hawaiian shirt. Dressing Maps on the roll cage, good. And yes, I got the race. I've unlocked a T-Rex. Lovely. Finish the story. I will indeed. Get on the damn chopper. For some reason, they have these bonus things for at the end of each movie, or the end of each story, where you just walk through the jungle as a Rex and a Raptor. Not sure why, but it gives you bonus studs if you need them. You see, James, this is why you need to pay attention. Although I would say that for the game itself it is not over. It's just the first movie that's over, because this covers the first 4 Jurassic movies. Okay, so that leads me on to... Right, I'll just go 8.1%. Right, it leads me on to a point. Because... Even though they are safe from predators here in Jurassic World, ankylosaurs still have the extensive bony armor they are born with. Even their eyelids are armored. Just like as tyrannosaurs go through growth spurt. Age of 14. Ah, here we go. Yeah, the mini builds are lovely, aren't they? Okay, so that was Jurassic Park. And now we've unlocked the Lost World. I would argue that the Lost World is one of my favourite Jurassic movies, alongside... although I would say that... kind of stuff you like seeing. That's the other thing. Okay. So here's a point I want to sort of make now we're at the end of now we've finished Jurassic Park. Is that okay? With the Lego Star Wars, they are going to be releasing Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which covers all 9 movies and then some. It's going to be the biggest Lego Star Wars game ever. And you'll be able to play through obviously all the movies, but we've already played through 7 of those movies in previous LEGO games, right? So apparently what they're doing is they're rebuilding all the pre-existing movies that we've already played through, so we played through them differently. So that leads me on to this, because this game came out when Jurassic World came out in 2015, so it only covers the first 4 films. So what I want them to do, and what I hope they will do, and what could be likely that they will do, is after Jurassic World Dominion comes out now next year, what I hope they will do is that they'll release like a Jurassic Saga LEGO video game. So we have the first 4 movies like we have here, but played through a bit differently, plus Fallen Kingdom, and obviously Jurassic World Dominion, as well as incorporating other more recent stuff as well, like Camp Cretaceous, Battle of Big Rock, other things like that. So we will have a very complete Jurassic experience in LEGO. Now here's the thing as well, we haven't heard much, if anything, from TT LEGO Games, because they were due to release LEGO Skywalker Saga last year, but of course 2020 happened. Therefore, that's been pushed back to this year. And if you know LEGO TT Games, they like to release a game like once or twice a year. Oops. Yeah, about once or twice a year, they'll have a new game. So, because of the Skywalker Saga's pushback, we are long overdue another LEGO game. If Skywalker Saga was released last year as planned, then I am very certain we would have been getting something else about now. And what should have been released about now, well, in a few weeks about now, but Jurassic World Dominion. So we have heard. So I've got speculation that I'm speculating that because the Skywalker Saga was pushed back, and then Dominion's been pushed back for over a year, I don't think TT Games are going to tell us about anything until the Skywalker Saga has finally been released and gone and everything. And it's been forcing them to keep quiet, and it's more than likely a new Jurassic LEGO game has been in development, and they're just keeping a tight lid on it. Hopefully. So, yeah, those are my 2 takes on Lost World. Right, okay. We've just hit the 2.5-hour mark, so we are going to leave it there. So thank you very much for joining. If you've watched and commented along, thank you new commenter, Tasty Dragon 76, I think their name was. Thanks for tuning in and saying hi. Thanks and Harrod and Jades for saying hello as well. You missed an hour's worth of content, but it's only me, so you're not missing much. Yeah, this has been an AdamusPrime playthrough of LEGO Jurassic World, and the first Jurassic Park film for Jurassic June. Hopefully next week, hopefully next week I'll be able to get on with playing the next films. So next playthrough, when it happens, will be The Lost World. Excited for that. And after that, we'll go on to Jurassic Park 3, and then after that we'll go on to Jurassic World. So yeah, a few streams in the works, and hopefully we'll be able to cover, hopefully we'll be able to get through those by the end of the month. Should be no problem, but we shall see. And anybody else watching not an Aaron and James, check out an Aaron and James' stuff. Check out Maven Earthfire, check out Mr. Sunshine. They're very good peoples. Check out their stuff that they do on Twitch. Very entertaining. A nice selection of games that they like to play. And if anyone's not into Jurassic June, check out that hashtag on other socials, like mainly Twitter. And if you want to check my Twitter, SwiftAgent24, and check out the Jurassic June hashtag with my account, you'll be seeing that I've been posting stuff here, there and everywhere, mainly short videos and skits and reviews. But I've got a big project that's coming, that I will be revealing this week. Forgetting how to speak. Yes, a big project coming later this week. So if you're on my socials, stay tuned for that. It will request collaboration, shall we say, and hopefully it'll be a dang good time. So, thank you everybody for watching and tuning in, commenting and stuff. Happy Jurassic June. Stay safe, stay Jurassic as well. Yeah. And wash your dang hands and all that jazz. Stay safe and stay care and everything else in between. there's a lot of upkeep on these things. Okay. Also, yay! Oh dear. Where's the, there we go. Also, here's the thing I want to try and do that I have never done before. I'm going to try and raid a channel. We are going to try we are going to raid Board Game Yogi. Now, Board Game Yogi is also known as Lolies online, and she's also part of Eurogame. They are part of the Gamer Network, but also hosts Outside Xbox and Outside Extra, two gaming channels I absolutely adore. Board Game Yogi is in a league of her own, I will say. Apparently she's just chatting at the moment, but yeah, this should be interesting. So yeah, see everyone later. Everyone's on board. Oh yeah, by the way, Board Game Yogi very much likes Mr. Blobby, and you may see her cat in there as well. So, yeah, let's go.